Hi there, I'm Timothy Linsdau, video producer, Christian, amateur historian, like politics. Today was kind of a tough day. I'm sure there are those who'd had much tougher days. But it reminds us to be thankful in this time of the holidays. Today, my wife was scheduled to have her second eye cataract surgery. And that was great. Got that all planned. Everything ready to go. I mean, it's amazing to have that kind of coverage. There's good medical care and coverage. And so everything was planned. Everything's set to go. Everything's paid for. Wow, huh? Isn't that great? And after breakfast, my wife comes in and says, "What's the water on the floor in the kitchen dining room area?" I said, "What water?" So I went in there and looked. Here's water. Oh my gosh, dripping from the ceiling. But it's not raining or anything. And I'm thinking, what the heck could that be? So get out the ladders, open the attic, crawl up in the attic, flashlight, stumble around. It's not a open area with boards to walk on. It's something you got to work at. So I get in there and go back there. Sure enough, there's a pinhole leak and one of the 1/2-inch water lines running to our kitchen sink. Pinhole leak. Well, fortunately, thank God, in heaven, it had just started a leak, and it was kind of a low point, and it ran towards the to the kitchen vent, the exhaust vent. Must have been just a little bit lower there, and then it ran down there. It did get onto one of the cabinets, which is not great, and shut the water off. Thought, well, what am I going to do? I have sweated pipes, soldered pipes before. I've done that kind of stuff, but a long time ago. I'm older now, and my skills are probably inadequate, so I think I'll go talk to my neighbor, because he's been through a lot of that stuff recently. And he's got a sure-tail relative. Says, yeah, I'll be over at 5 o'clock. Got a day's work planned, but I'll be there to see what you got. Okay, so that's set. So I get the attic I get boards up there so you can walk. I get a fluorescent lamp hooked up. I get fans going. It's not really that wet, but it's enough to get the job done, to get it dry. So I get all that. Water's off, and we're ready to take my wife for the surgery. So we buzz up there. She gets in the post-op area, gets all ready, everything's fine. That's terrific. And she goes, and this is a real assembly line environment. They have the post-op all laid out, and she couldn't have been in there a half hour, I don't think. In and out. So went and I went in and talked to her, and she was a little drowsy yet, coming around, and I'm explaining everything to her, and the do's and don'ts now for a good week that she has to pay attention to, so that eye heals up good, and not too much pain or anything like that. So she hadn't been able to eat since yesterday, so evening. So we run over to a Chinese place and have some appetizers, get a little food in the stomach, get a little recharged, and so got to run and get some money for the plumber. I don't know what that's going to be. So anyway, we go do that, and we get back home, and I look around. I get the lights turned on up there, and the fans running. Make sure everything's set to go. And I get back to putting up some more Christmas decorations. get back into my plans of the day to at least get my decorations up before Christmas and be ready for that. And so that goes along. I get the tree a little more decorated, the crash up, a little more of that decoration. And I thought I would work on the outside lights, but I thought I want to get in the middle of that. The plumber guy shows up. Who knows what that's going to be? So anyway, that's going along pretty good. Well, he shows up early. I mean, wow, that's great. You know, I don't have to wait late, and it's going to be dark and cold and all that. Gets here. I have everything set up. He goes right up. Turn the water on. Sees right where the leak is. I check everything else out. Looks good. And gives me his price. Decent price. I'm going like, wow. It would have taken me all day and I wouldn't have done it right. So anyway, I come down. You have to open all the valves in the entire house, the outside hose, bibs, everything, and shut the water off so that it'll, of course, shut the water off, obviously. And then it lets the water drain out so that it drains away from where he's working so he can work there. Because when you sweat pipes, when you solder pipes, if there's any wet or moisture in there, it won't, the solder won't take and seal the seam. It's got to be, dry. So we got that going. Got the water off, got all the valves open, everything going good. He was able to do just fine getting up there. A young guy, well experienced, well skilled, great stuff, Gets in there and says, yeah, I think we just cut it right there. We can put a coupling in, we can get it soldered up, and that'll be it. And I would have been replacing pipes and elbows and who knows what. So, but this house is over 40, let's see, 86, 96, 2006, 42 years old. So, things starting to go. That's the way it is. So anyway, I go back to decorating. There's not anything I can do that he can't do. And he's up there. Here's things kind of banging around, making a little noise. Sounds good. So I go back and keep doing a little more decorating. Getting some lights up around the creche and some of those bead things you put on trees and around some of the furniture. And then I get in there and I start hanging socks. Let's see, did I do that before? No. But anyway, I did more on the tree. So I think the tree's mostly done. It's not a real tree. But I like to have something up, And like I said, you don't want to wait till after Christmas to get this done. So anyway, finally he comes down and he says, okay, it's all ready. Now I'm going to, wait, I don't know if he came down or I went up, whatever it was. But he says, okay, now go close all the valves except the kitchen one. And that was the pipe that was running to it. And so I go do that. And then he said, now just go crack the main valve just a little bit. So I go out, crack it, come back. Okay, everything's going fine, he said. Go halfway. So we, a couple times back and forth, slow test. Finally says, open her up all the way. So open it up, come back, climb up, waiting. No leaks. It's looking good. I don't see any other areas that look bad. Like, whoo. Anyway, one never knows. But he was really masterful, so quick and neat, knew exactly what to do, how to do. Like, oh, geez, I can imagine what that day would have been for me. And especially on top of Vicky's surgery and it's like when it rains, it pours. But in the end, her surgery went great. Everything's good. That eye is going to heal up. She'll have better sight than she had before. I got a lot of the decorations up. The plumber did a whiz-bang job and a decent price. So I know who to go to next time. Hopefully there's not a next time. And a great day. So, you know, gotta be, there were some challenges, but you gotta be thankful for all the great things that happen, you know? Especially in this time of the year. It's sometimes tough not to get down, let things get to you, do things you get upset or shouldn't do. Lord knows I do. Phew. But press on. Have a good holiday. Try to keep a smile on. And, you know, put some decoration up or go see somebody's decoration. Enjoy it. It's anyway, what could have been a pretty tough day came out pretty good. So thanks a lot. This is Tim Linsdau. Like and comment on my videos. Subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of stuff on there. So enjoy and thank you.